Hey my lovely YouTubers, welcome back to my YouTube channel with me, your girl, Morgan Tracy J, coming today with another morning coffee video. And honestly, today I was really just in the office and I didn't really plan to shoot this, but if you have not joined my mentorship, I have a mentorship called Social University, and we were on a Zoom call the other night, and this was something the Lord put on my heart to talk to the ladies about, and I really just want to share that with you guys, okay? And we were talking about rest, and I was telling them, like, if you can't rest, that means you don't have faith. Okay, faith, when you have faith, you can rest, you can give something to God. And I wanted to share that with you guys today, that there's going to be times in your life where God is telling you to let go and to rest. Now, not technically sleep, okay? I'm not saying go lay down, okay? But what I'm saying is, like, let this thing go. Rest this thing. Rest your fears. Let it go. Let control go. Let all of this go. And just let me be God again. Let me be God of this relationship. Let me be God of this situation. Let me be God of your finances. Let it go and rest. And I realized, to me, God was speaking to something specific in my life. But then when I started to really let go, I started to notice I could let go some things in the ministry, some things that was heavy. And so I was able to, if I could rest in one little area, it started to happen all over my life. So I want to tell you right now that if you've noticed you can't let things go, you can't rest, you got to get in there and always say something or always do something and move the needle forward. If you always got to do that, then you need to check your faith meter. Because I will say, if you can't rest, that really means your faith meter is very, very low. And there's been seasons where I cannot rest for nothing, okay? For nothing. And I'm like, oh, hold on. My faith meter is very low right now. I don't have the faith right now to trust God with this. So I got to rest. I got to let this thing go. I got to relinquish this from my fist. I got to loosen my grip on this and allow God to be God in this situation. Because if I keep putting my hand all in the pot and mixing it up, I'm quickly going to realize that, was this the work of the Lord or was this the work of Morgan? Okay. So see, I want to tell you that right now, that on this journey, as you are walking on your faith journey, there's going to be some things you hold on to tighter than others. And there were some things in my life that I was truly trying to hold on to and just get really tight. And the Lord was like, you got to rest this though. It's me doing this, not you. You got to rest this. You got to let this thing go. And I remember I was like, what does let go look like, Daddy? And he was like, rest. It's okay. Flow with me. Let me flow this thing the way I need to flow this thing, okay? And so I'm saying all that to you guys because I'm currently living that. Like, don't think like it's something I overcame. I'm currently living it. But I also want to tell you, like, when you decide to let something go and just like rest in the Lord, not meaning you're making decisions and you're like, oh, I'm letting you go. No. I mean, just letting it go, releasing your grip and saying, whew, I let the weight go. I let the decision go. I let whatever the outcome is go. I let it go and I trust you. And I trust that however things supposed to work out, it's going to work out. That's been such a breath of fresh air for me, because right now in this season, like, I'm not going to lie, renovating this office, trying to get people hired by May 1st. We have Glow Up series coming, 6-year anniversary. School's going to start again soon for me. Like, I've got all these things coming and I'm not where I wanted to be. And I remember feeling like, oh my gosh, we got this in January. It is April now. And I'm still waiting on stuff. I'm still trying to get one area designed and one thing done, and on top of everything else. And I can kill myself, like, wanting to control it and wanting to snap my fingers and everything be done. And God is like, but it's the journey that makes this worthwhile. It's the process that makes this worthwhile. So please, daughter, let go of the grip of trying to control this. Let go of how you're going to get this all done and set this up. Let go of all of that and trust me, God, that I can plan far better than you ever could. I can do this better than you could ever imagine or think. Let me be God of your life, and you let go and you have a rest. You take a Selah moment with me. You pause with me. You rest with me. You get back in the garden with me. You get back your joy, your peace. You take off shame and guilt of the last season. You take off the pain of what happened. You take that off and you rest and you let go and flow with my spirit and watch what I do, okay? And I just say that because that's something the Lord has spoken to me about recently. Because there were some things in my life, like the office, like financial, hiring, all this, like going to meetings, figuring all this stuff out. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to hold all this. And I'm like, God, this is heavy. And it's like, because you're not resting and you're not letting go. You have to let go, daughter. You have to let go. And you have to trust me in the let go. You have to love me in the let go. You have to obey me in the let go. And so, just from experience, you guys, if there is something you got to hold on to so tight, You got to keep fighting, and you got to keep, maybe sis, you got to just let go and rest and say, hey, I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know what this is going to look like in 2 weeks. I don't know what it's going to look like in 3 months. But all I know is my God is the God of my life. So you know what? You can plan far better than I ever could. You can set things up far better than I ever could. You can open doors and you can heal things and do things far better than I ever could. So I'm going to leave this in your hands, and I'm going to trust you with this outcome. And so, daughters of God, all I want to tell you today is let go. I know it's hard. You're like, Morgan, what does that look like? It looks like rest. It looks like when your feelings and emotions get all wired up, you rest. It looks like when things are going crazy in your life, you rest. It looks like you say, oh, that situation is making me feel uncomfortable, but you know what? I'm going to rest this with God. You know, I need to make a decision really quick, and I'm scared and I'm struggling, but you know, I'm going to let this rest with God. I'm going to put this in God's hand, not mine. I'm not going to get in there in the ring and start fighting a fight that was never meant to be fought by me. I'm going to allow God to fight my fights. I'm going to allow God to battle this thing out, and I'm going to rest like the daughter is supposed to. I'm supposed to be in the house with my daddy kicking it. I'm not supposed to be out here in the ring fighting. I'm going to let my daddy fight that, and I'm going to go get my spirit built up. I want to tell you today, daughters of God, it's time to let go. It's time to rest. It's time to breathe. And I really feel like the month of April is a time of rest. Like, it's time to where things that was once getting you up and down and going around town, they should not have that hold on you no more. You should be able to be like, this don't need to hold me down no more. Okay? I'm just speaking from experience, because I have been fine the last few weeks. Honestly, I have been up and down, and probably truly since I got the office in January, I have been trying to hit the ground running, because I know I have a limited time before things really get thick, and I got time to furnish this, and I got to get things set up, and I had that on my heart and my plate. And the closer I'm getting to May 1st, the closer I'm realizing I'm not where I thought I was going to be. But I want to tell you about my God. I want to tell you about my God, that even though I'm not where I want to be, God is setting things up that I'm going to end up where he has planned for me to be. I want to tell you, even when I'm trying to hold on to something so tight, if all that friction right there, all I need to do is let it go and rest and flow in God, he will bring forth the overflow. God will bring the overflow if I let go. But if I'm holding, it's like if I'm holding this thing and he's like, daughter, I'm trying to pour more in you, but your hold is so tight, I'm not allowed to experience the overflow. So daughter of God, God is wanting to overflow in you. He's wanting to overflow opportunities, but he's like, there are some things you holding on so tight, sis, that I can't even add the new in your life that I want to add. There's some things in your decision making you holding on so tight. There's a situation you holding on to so tight. And he's like, I'm trying to bring more. I'm trying to duplicate. I'm trying to bring prosperity. I'm trying to bring growth. I'm trying to bring understanding, but you holding on to your view so tight. You holding on to your understanding so tight. You holding on to your plan so tight, okay? And he's like, I got better for you. And this makes me think of Jonah in the belly of the whale. The only reason Jonah ended up in the belly was because he ran from God's plan. So I want to tell you today, if you catch yourself stuck in bellies, stuck in situations, it's because you're holding on too tight to your plan. So daughter, I need you to let go of the plan. I need you to flow with my spirit, and I need you to rest in me. And you know what rest looks like? Rest is faith. That means you can pray differently. That means the thing that was quenching your spirit don't have that power no more. That means the thing that could get you up and down on an emotional roller coaster, it ain't got it no more. God is saying, daughter, rest in my spirit, because I got more for you. I got an overflow for you. But the tighter you hold on to something, I can't flow in. And so if you release it, I can start to flow through that. There are some things I want you to allow to flow in your life, but you're holding on so tight. Daughters of God, I'm saying this to you, and this isn't just on relationships or financial. This could be opportunities. This could be new blessings. Like whatever God has you, but I really feel this so bigly. God is wanting to overflow new things in your life, and you have to let him, and you have to let go. And you might like, Morgan, what does let go look like? It looks like resting. It looks like I'm not letting that give me, I'm going to be rested. My spirit's going to be rested. My emotions are rested. My fears are rested. Everything that was going haywire in my body is rested. You know, that nerve that's going, it's rested now. God said, hey, there's parts of your body that's been going all night long, your mind, it's got to rest now. God, the peace has to come over. There's a rest that God has for you, but it's on the other side of you letting go. But also here, I want you to realize there's rest in this. There's a place where you can be at peace, but God is saying you can't get there's still more I have. There's more. Like, oh, do you have the rest? You ever heard someone say, hey, do you have the rest of that stuff? Do you have the rest? Guys, there's still a rest for you there too. It's both ended. And so you got to allow him to come through and give you the rest you need, because that rest is going to give you what's rest in his hand. There's still more. There's still more for you. So I want to tell you, daughter of God, don't hold on so tight. Allow the rest of the Lord to cover you and be your peace, but then also allow him to give you the rest that he has for you. Okay, so daughters of God, I didn't really plan to go all over there with that word, but I hope this blesses you for this week's morning coffee, that you get up and you do the thing God called you to do, that you rise up, woman of God. You rise up and you don't allow things to make you drop, but you rise up in faith. You rise up in prayer and you say, the thing that's been going haywire in my mind, the thing I have not been able to let go of, I'm gonna let it go and I'm gonna trust the Lord. All right, rise up, woman of God. And if you can't rest, that's an indication of your faith meter. If you can't rest, that's an indication of your faith meter, because faith is resting in God. So daughters of God, today I want to encourage you to let go so you can rest in God and get the rest of what God has for you. I love you, ladies, and I will see you in my next video. If this blessed you and ministered to you, comment down below your favorite part, and I'll see you later.